everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of our podcast series, The Founders Lab with Krishna Kumar. And as usual, today we have Mr. Krishna Kumar, AI architect and MVP specialist with us to guide us through the session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Another session for the founders.
Yeah.
The major problem of the founders face when they hire in the initial stages of their lifespan.
Yeah.
This is what we should try to cover today and see how we can help the founders take the right decisions so that their chances of growth and scaling are pretty higher than taking a wrong decision in this place.
Yes. So in the last couple episodes, we talked about building and launching MVP. So as you said, once founders are in the market, the next thing, the thing they face is hiring the right team for the MVP development. But this decision goes wrong more often than we think.
Yes.
So I was wondering, why do many founders end up hiring the wrong development team while it is the most crucial part of their product development?
It's basically the thought process of founders that development is the most incredible, or we can say the other way around if I take it. Development is the simplest thing that anybody can do it. And they then think over more of the budget or the pricing rather than the quality and the kind of team they are looking at. They think that yes, let me validate it first, then I will invest more into this, or what if the idea doesn't work? No, if this kind of risk, if you are not ready to take as a founder, why in the first place you are getting in a startup?
Yes, obviously.
It doesn't make sense.
Yes.
See, we get into a startup model, living all our working life or things that we are doing, we are getting into this just to make sure with the aim, goal and 100% confidence that I am going to be successful. I am going to grow. I am going to be another Facebook, another Meta or another Google. That's the reason all founders come into this.
Yeah.
Now, if with that much of goals, at least you don't have this much of confidence in your idea, then what's the fun of doing it then?
Yes. How can they think of the first thing they always think is hire a cheap development team. Like how come their first step can go so wrong?
Actually, I've been talking to a lot of founders, some are the stealth mode, some are all officially telling what they're looking at. I've been talking to founders, they tell me, I know technology. I just want small, cheaper developers who can do what I say. And they never think that you have some knowledge of technology because you have been working somewhere. Some knowledge. You don't have the knowledge of how to develop a product. Because 95% of the people who are been working into some MNC environments, they have no idea of a product goes. They have just been doing a small part in their whole project. They don't even know what the project is. How can even you anticipate that you can develop a project because you don't know how the model works?
Yeah.
It doesn't work out, but they think that that's the cheapest thing, or maybe AI can help them. If AI could have helped them, then all these development companies in this world should have closed long back. You don't need them. There are millions of companies who are running, surviving, growing, profiting from this. And do you think all these are doing things which are useless? Absolutely not. It's a common sense that we should use. If AI could do it, then we don't need these companies.
Yes, obviously.
So it's not that AI can do that. You're developing an idea and you're converting that idea into a concept and then building an application to manage this concept. It's a big tool. It's not something small.
Yes.
That to happen, you need a full round idea or how you are going to convert this business logic into a workable prototype or an MVP. And that's not one-man guy, one-man developer or two-man freelancers. They can't do that. Yes, they are coders. They can maybe write the code if you could tell them what they want to do. But you don't have the capability to tell them. So you need to fire these ideas from your mind, get a right team of people whom you pay well, and then make sure they're involved in your development as partners and not like vendors. These two words, partners and vendors, there are so huge lot of difference in the output, the thought process, the way they work. Partners understand what your business model is, they understand who your customers is, they understand what you are trying to do. Then they can help you build what is needed for this. Not everything that you think is needed. They can tell you that these things are not needed. They can cut it down for you. That is what your saving should be. Not building the whole Facebook with $2,000 or $5,000 and you think would launch it bigger than Facebook. It's not possible. Facebook was not built in a day. Everything starts with an MVP, and your MVP has to be yours only as an MVP, and all the upgrades has to happen only when there is a validation and there is a 360-degree customer feedback loop which automatically comes from a paying customers. This is how a development team should be for you, not the other way around.
Yes, that makes sense. From a founder's point of view, hiring a developer is obviously the first step. Like you have an idea and you need a developer to start building it. But I think most founders miss a point, like how should they think about the differences between hiring someone who can write the code versus hiring a team who can help you build a product?
Exactly. See, the normal tendency is I need some freelancers. You must have seen across the world now, 70% of the startups, the founders normally feel is that they can find some freelancers and get the coding done in a low cost and then launch it. That's not the process actually. If you have an idea, you should first finalize who is the customers, ideal customers for you. You should talk to 10-15 of them. If possible, meet them over a cup of coffee. Then you need actually what they need. And then you finalize your once that is done, this is a stage when you look out for the right team who can support you in the growth. This right team is not the people who start, what should I code? What functionalities? What is the scope of work? No. They ask you, what is the user journey? What's the business logic? How are you going to earn money from this? And that is what is important, to make sure that they understand the whole concept for you. Then they come and tell you, yeah, these many features are not needed now. This is not your MVP. Your MVP should have only the pain point, and these are the major features that will help you launch your product. They should be working with you as a partner, not as a coder. And if you find these are the people who you should be working with, then you have the right team with you. But founders have an idea that coding is code, anybody can code. No, anybody can write a set of code for you. They cannot develop a product for you that you can market and make money out of it. This is what the founders' mindset has to change. That's a normal mindset that has come in the world with AI, with a lot of freelancer sites that you could go with freelance. Just think over how many people who has gone to Upwork and got their team, have built their product, launched that, and made some money out of it. What percentage you have?
It will be very low.
Yeah. Think over that. You'll hardly find 5%, 10% who are lucky. Or 20% you got the right team in there. Nowadays within Upwork, you will get right teams. It's not only for freelancers now. If you got the right team, you're very lucky. But in a normal scenario, you have to find the right team and make sure they have clarity on what they are going to do for you. For that, they will ask you the wrong questions that you won't feel comfortable with. They will ask you if you have spoken to your customers. They will tell you to cut the list of features that you have. That's for your benefit. That's what their experience, they're giving it to you, and that's what you are paying for. And they won't come cheap for you like a freelancer. You need to pay them because they have been doing this on and on for different mindsets, different projects, different geographical reasons, different kind of technology. And I'm sure they have more knowledge than you should be accepting that.
Yes, obviously.
If you look at these teams as just any coder, freelancer coder, and you start behaving, they won't be happy to work with you. They won't even look at working with you. So you should look at them as people who are more experienced than you and into the world of startups and the world of growth. And if you want to grow, you need to piggyback with them because they have the experience with them. And unless you do that, you are not going to be successful. So always understand the best teams are the teams who understand what you need, what your user journey is, who your ICP customers are, what geographical location they are looking, and what's the pain that you're trying to solve for them. Unless they have a full-fledged idea, they won't be getting into this. Number one, they won't be asking you the scope of work. They'll be telling what needs to be cut to build an MVP. And they are the team who will come with you, help you by holding your hands through the MVP process, through the validation, and through the growth after that scaling. This is the team that you should look at. That's the difference in the developer thinking and the product thinking. Developer is just the coder, whereas you need a product managers, product teams who can run your product, who can not manage your product, who can handle and grow your product. That is what growth is for any startups.
Yes. It's not just about the codes, there is a deeper layer into it.
There is a much deeper layer into it. If you're building a car, more than putting up 4 tires, putting up 4 seats, there's a big work that goes into designing the whole thing. How each thing fits where and how it fits. That designing has to be the people who know that to do. Anybody cannot go and design a car. Anybody can assemble a car. So what do you need? Assembly line or a development? Because you're a startup. It has to be development.
I think this is where many founders fall into a trap. Like they will find a team that's easy to work with, who will say yes to everything and never pushes back.
Yes.
But from your experience, how this yes team can be one of the most dangerous thing for a startup?
You think over every organization has a yes man. There are many managers who are the yes people. You ask them anything, they will say yes, never say no. But are these teams really helpful to you? Yeah. Are they taking decisions that's good for the company? Or just to make sure as a business owner, they're supporting you with your ideas? What normally happens is these people, the yes team thinks that the owner knows everything. Yeah. That's the feeling. But in fact, the owner does not have all the clarity. Owner has a basic idea. He thinks this is the ICP for him and he starts building. And the yes team says yes to everything, adds on all the features they want, adds on all the functionalities they want, adds on the same colors that they feel, and keeps on doing it. That's the yes team. But at the end of the day, you have something that's loaded with features, lot of functionalities, but actually the users don't need those. They're looking for something else. They like your basic concept of the pain that you are trying to solve. But in reality, when you build something, that pain has gone very low in the ladder.
Yes.
And where the other features, the bells and whistles have come on top of the ladder. And that's when the issue starts. The people who you felt are your ICP are no longer ready or happy to use this. So it should never be yes man team. It should have a team. You should have a team who questions your directions, who tells you which are the best functionalities that you can go as an MVP, rather than building up whole, go with minimum and then scale further, rather than doing whatever you want the way you want. This is the team that can help you grow. Yes, founders feel it's very nice team and easy to work team, but anybody is so easy to work will not give you the output or will not be your partner in growth.
Yes.
If someone is your partner, then they will question your decisions. They will give you proper directions from their experience, and that's needed.
Yes. Right? Always. Criticism is necessary for growth. No. And so at first the yes team can feel comfortable and fast, but it will turn out to be a bigger risk. Right.
There's a saying, your best friends are the friends who never support you.
Yeah.
They're always against you. These are the best friends. If your parents stop supporting you at one point of time, then you feel they're the wrong team. No, they're the right team. They're questioning your decisions. They're giving you their insights, their updates, their thought process onto your decisions, which you can mix with your environment and then see how best to use, rather than cutting them off
Yes.
right in the beginning. That's what normally founders try to do. Find the people who are there easy to work.
Yeah.
Easy to work with will not give the easy results that you're looking at.
So let's say the founders are in conversation with the different teams and freelancers to decide with whom they should go forward. So what are the red flags they should look out for, which should make them pause and think over the decision?
The first thing is they should not go with individual freelancers.
Okay.
If you have a team of people as a freelancer group who works together, then that's fine. But individual freelancers cannot support you because they're one-man individuals, and one man cannot have the experience and the expertise into everything. It's like they know all the trades, but they are master of none.
Yeah.
So that's not something that can work in this. Secondly, they don't have any discovery calls. They don't ask you who your customer is, what's your business logic, who you are going to sell you, what problem you are trying to solve. They don't need that. They just need a list of features that you need to add, then they start building with that. So this is the wrong type of people you should look at if you want to grow, but they are good for coding, not for doing the product development. Second is, there is no trade-off discussion. Whatever you say, yeah, fine, we can do that. There must be some things that they should not be able to do that, or not because technically they are not capable of, but because technically that thing is not needed in this application. They should be able to help you out. They should be able to tell you that it's not needed. Third is giving instant pricing. On the flow, on the fly, they can give pricing. There are two ways instant pricing works. One is they know that with this pricing, I should be able to develop an MVP for them, wherein the founder has no clue of what the MVP can be. Yes, with this, I can build up an MVP and give it to them. That's something fair enough. If without that, the founder has a proper idea or listed out features, then giving an instant pricing, you would find things that's missing. And those will in future come up as change request, add-on request kind of thing. So you should be careful when you handle people with that. The second is the timelines. Yes, everything is possible in 2 weeks. There are a lot of people who says, even if you go to Upwork or sites like that, 1 week I can build up Facebook for you. And do you think it happens? It can be done? No. And we should understand that everything that is not possible by human brains, if someone is telling they can do it, then there is something wrong somewhere.
Yes.
We should accept that there is something wrong. And the prices that he is giving is too offhand. He is ready to build Facebook for you for $1,000. How does he build it? Unless he has stolen the code of Facebook and putting it on his server for you. And there is no other way he can do that for you. Because anybody who is worth his dime will ask for the payments.
Of course.
And he will do a few things for free for you only on the fact that you would compensate him for the same when you get into that. If there is even a little bit of trust lost in that, it doesn't work out. So always good teams, they will bill you for that. We should understand that. And we should be able to collect the initial bootstrap funding before jumping into this. Unless we have the funding, our all concentration focus of the founder moves into finding the funding and getting tight with money and losing focus on what they are building, whether I should be talking to my customers. You lose focus on those things. You start focusing on something else. Whereas during the development phase, the founder should be talking to his ICP people, trying to understand what all they need. Only projects and no problem solved. That's one of the things that you can give you a red flag. See, they have done a lot of projects. Yes, they have been coders who have been coding for someone. Have they solved real problems? What did they do to create a scenario where that problem is solved in reality? And that from the case studies.
Yes.
And these are important for you. Uh, Good one or two case studies will give you a fairly nice idea whether this is the right team for you. Those case studies can tell you whether they have really solved problems and created applications that can grow for you, or just developed as per the customer needs. They may have both the type of customers for them. Some people who just wanted coders, they must have worked for them also. But have they solved something on their own is very important, because in this startup world, unless you don't get team like that, you will get stuck at different places in life, different places, different stops in your scaling process. So these are the red flags that you should look at when the team is right for you. And after all, as the team trusts you and develop a trust relation with you, you too have to do that. Unless this is not something you can take it down off the fly and use it. It has to be a trust that needs to be created between both of you, the respect that needs to be created between both of you for their expertise and skills. That's how a good relation maintained. And if a relation is managed and maintained well, it takes you long on the long run.
It's like if you know what to look for, there will be clear signals to pick up on.
Yes, you have the clear signals. And also, once you get the signals, then you should not negotiate on a smaller pricing and kind of things, because these are the people who are going to make you successful.
Yes.
And that success comes with a lot of money. And never, always compare, if this is what my growth is, shouldn't I be spending more than what I'm spending now? And if you have a good work done, pay them well, do it extra for them. And that's like creating wow factor. That wow factor makes them put in more efforts from their heart. And anything that's done with your heart involved, the outcomes are always nicer, they're smooth, good to look at, they're emotional. That's what it is.
So suppose the founder missed all these red flags and went on with the wrong team. Where does this decision actually starts to hurt when the project is underway?
Exactly. See, the first thing is the founder should be qualified enough, should take enough care that he brings in the right team. And it happens at times that you thought the team was right, but it's not working the way you want. Here are a few red flags you can know. There are small misunderstandings when you wanted something, they understood something. But yeah, initial those can be, those automatically try to disappear because you start building faster. And at one stage you say, this is what I was looking for. But the development team, this is exactly what you asked for. And that's a communication gap, because they don't understand the whole picture. And neither, or maybe you must not have told the whole picture. That's one of the red flags. If these scenarios come in, it becomes that they are keeping on building, you are making them keeping on building, but this is not what you are looking for. This is not what you anticipated or expected. So that's a lot of gap in that. And finally, you come to a stage when the money is spent, features are built, but this is not what you want.
Okay.
The earlier you see the signals, the earlier you should stop there, retrospect, think back, talk to the team, make them understand what they are looking at, what the whole picture is, then only restart working. And after the restart, if you again feel there is the same problems happening, it's time you should take a break. You need to break it there. Else you are spending your runway. The more money you are spending, the more runway you are going. Your marketing budgets are getting disappeared, it's becoming vaporized. So that's very bad signals. Any project, any startup without a marketing budget is not going to reach anywhere. It's like howsoever good you build, unless the world knows about it, you are the best kept secret. Now, if you want to keep your startup as a secret, that's a different thing. Unless you don't want to make money or sell it to somebody else. Else, if you want the people to know and start using it, pay for you, you need to market. There's no other options. The world only market. Today there is a lot of noise, and if you don't show about the noise, nobody will listen to you, nobody will know about you, nobody will care about you, whatever you have built. Whereas if someone has built a very small thing, a very rudimentary kind of thing, but still he has marketed well, he has spoken to his customers, he will be getting more customers and the more money than what you have built.
Yes.
Even if your product is much better than that. So he's going to earn more. So understand that budget needs to be sustained, that needs to be carefully kept, and you should have a good budget for development, which should take you to the MVP stage for the validation stage. It's very important for you.
That's a nice breakdown. So beyond the team itself, how important is the way they work? Like, how critical is the process, to have a process for your MVP development?
Exactly. So any work in life, you need to lay down a proper process, a system, how it's going to happen. Same way in the development, you need to lay down the proper process. The total development needs to be broken into different phases. Each phase should have its own milestone deliverables. It should include the deliverables also for the milestone. You should be able to see what's happening at least a fortnight. If possible, the projects are small, the modules are small, it can be weekly or a fortnight. You should be able to see actually what's been done. And that deliverable should be on your servers. You should be able to see it, run through it, play through it to understand if we are still on the right track. Okay. See, if a problem or a complication is found in the second week, it's easier to revert back and rebuild it rather than finding the same problem in the 8th week. It's going to cost you more.
Okay.
Because a lot of things are built over that. So the proper milestoning and proper phase-wise deliverables has to be clearly laid down, and both the team and you should clearly understand what is each one's responsibility, what is it that each one is going to put into this bucket for the final deliverable. It may be a logo image from the founder, it may be a video deliverable from the team, whatever it is. It has to be clearly mentioned, these are the deliverables, these are timelines, and this is what's going to happen. And that has to be checked and seen. Then only you are having a proper process. You have a system where, like we say, it's not a big bang delivery, it's a piecemeal delivery. So you exactly knows how it is moving forward. And you are the same picture.
Okay, so setting up a process is really important.
It's very important. You can put in bold and underline it. This, unless you have this, howsoever the team, whatsoever it is, you're going to break up in between.
Okay. So even with a good team or a solid process, things can go wrong because of poor communication. So from what you have seen, how does this lack of clarity in communication between the founders and the teams can affect or damage the product?
That's what I will say. You should not go in for freelancers or people who are just coders, because they won't have the clarity of the product, number one.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the clarity of the product, the communication gaps come in pretty faster, because you don't understand the context on which the founder is talking. Now the founder talks on one context here and the developer understands this in the next context of a development point of view. So these both don't match. This is where the communication makes a lot of difference. What happens is you start building the wrong features. You don't ask the right qualifying questions at the right time. If a question is asked and clarified there, it can save you days of development work.
Yes.
Maybe that's not needed at all. It was just out of the flow. The context which was understood was wrong. So these things will help. So there should be clear, simple clarification process, and we should encourage our teams to ask questions. As founders, we should be open for that. You should let the team speak more, so you understand there is no confusions, no inconsistency in the whole flow. The teams understand what is actually anticipated and expected out of them. Same way, there should be shared understanding of what's done and what's not done. That normally happens if you have a proper phase-wise release and a milestone-based deliverables. It happens. And the communication with the teams also is easier if they are a good team, product management team, and they understand what the whole product is about. Was the idea about, what's the pain you're trying to solve. If you understand that, the context, you become on the same page. Both of you lay on the same page, so it becomes easier to understand.
Another concern founders usually have, usually in the early stages, around sharing their data, idea, and business logic with some external teams. So, how important is the trust in this relationship, and where do the NDAs and all come to play in this thing?
NDAs are very important, and that needs to start from day one. I did suggest, because it protects the confidence levels and the sharing of data with both the parties. Because the founders may share their business logic, their business idea, their operational data, but same way the development teams also shares a lot of things, a lot of their knowledge inputs. That needs to be protected. It should not go out anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like getting married. When you two people get married, there is an agreement, a social agreement that's signed off that we are getting married. And at that stage onwards, you start sharing anything. And whereas you don't start your bank details, share your bank details to anybody before you get married. Whereas after marriage, you start doing it, because there is an agreement that can be called an NDA also. It is an agreement that we are going to stay together in life. We trust each other, and all of our data will be shared in such a way that we have the confidence that the other person responsibly will take care of it and will not shed it across or share it across to anybody else. The same relation is what is happening with the founder and the team. The founder is actually marrying the team, and the team is getting married to the founder, because you have a long way to go forward. All success of this project, of this idea, of this startup depends on the relation and trust you have between each other. If you diverge in between, the whole startup breaks.
Yes.
So if you want to grow, you are getting somebody together, get married, and understand that now we fully trust each other. To be honest, if the team says that honestly this is not done, I was not well, the founder should be able to accept that he's right. He's not lying to you. He's responsibly telling you the fact. And we should accept that on face value and have a trustable relation between both of them. That's what helps. And NDA is just an agreement, like the marriage agreement. It's just an agreement to make sure the beginning stages, we are just signing off to say that we are going to be in this for the long run. We will support each other and make this successful for you and also successful for me. So any project should have a win-win-win situation. It has to be successful to the customers, to the founder, and to the people who do that. All three needs to win. Then only any project is successful. Any startup is successful. And this agreement of NDA is the beginning to this win-win relationship.
Yes. The NDA can really help building that trust in the initial stages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an agreement.
Yeah. So if a founder listening to this and thinking, no, I don't want to make this mistake. And so where should they start? Like when they are evaluating different teams, agencies, freelancers, and partners for their development, how should they, make the right decision? And what should be the things they should keep in mind while taking this decision?
Yes, there are a few things they can always understand when they have a discussion. You can start asking with, what do you think about my MVP? How you plan to build that? What is the strategy you plan to implement onto that? That's one question they can ask. And you can ask them, what should I not build right now?
Okay.
They can help you take decisions. These kind of answers, if you get from them, you understand their thinking. And that thought process is very important for you. And if they are thinking, they are going to become your partners and not your vendors. And then you can ask them, what risk do you see in this project? And with the whole process in their mind, they will know which is the riskiest part that they need to take care. They will tell you this is where the risk is. And you know beforehand that there is a risk, not after what has happened. Same way you can ask them, what's the change request process that in case I want to upgrade, change something, how do you work on that? What's the process you have? They should have a proper process for that. These 3-4 things, if they're fine, you are fine with their answers, you can 100% go with them blindly.
Okay.
Don't look at the price, that's not the important part. This is what is the important part for that.
Right and honest answers.
Exact, honest and thinking answers. That means they are thinking like you.
Yes. So that really shifts the focus from cost to the alignment and thinking more.
Yes.
So before closing it, if you want the founders to make a mindset shift, what would be the one thing you would want them to think before hiring a team?
Whoa, nice question. Stop thinking that I need someone to build this. Whereas change the mind and say, I need someone to think with me, guide me, execute with me, and then execute the whole project as if it is there, as if we are their partners into this. They have the skin in this. If this thought process is there from someone, you can hire them 100% on blinds.
Okay.
They are the right team for you. Always understand from your mindset, you are not choosing a vendor, you are choosing a partner with you. The partner who is going to stay with you for a long time, help you scale, grow your company.
Okay.
As simple as that.
Okay, it's as simple as
If
that.
you change your mindset, you get the people of your mindset for you. If you start thinking, I know everything, I just want someone to write the code, you will get people who are the coders or developers or freelancers or vendors. Your mindset is the important part in it. Change your mindset. Look for partners.
Okay, so I hope the founders will keep these things in their mind while looking for a new team for their MVP development. Thank you, sir, for this insightful session.
Absolutely a nice session. I'm sure the founders should take this to the heart and make a shift in their mindset. Also, there are a lot of founders who are struggling with the wrong teams, stuck with wrong teams, freelancers, and not knowing what to go further. Getting stuck, share this to the people, your friend circle who you think are into this development or the startup phase and not knowing what to go further. Let them connect with us and we'll surely help them, guide them, lay down a strategy for them so they can go ahead with a nice team anywhere, if not us, with anywhere they can go and get this thing to a great level of scaling. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching and bye-bye till we see you next time with another episode and another insightful session.